How do you organize pole vault practice? And what the heck is underwater pole vaulting? Welcome to the pole vault vlog where we talk everything pool vaulting. I had an extra O because we were actually talking about pool vaulting. Also, I got this box in the mail. I'd like to tell you what it is. Oh my god! Curious what's in this awesome box that I got as a gift. You'll have to stay tuned. But first, commercial time. Everybody loves commercial time. Join Team Hoot. It's super free and you get all sorts of cool perks and things like that. So just go to my website, team-hoot.com, and in the upper right-hand corner, it says Join Team Hoot. That's it. You're a member for life. If you like these vlogs, think about supporting them on Patreon. We have 36 members right now, keeping the vlog alive. They're like pole vault vlog doctors. Good joke, Shawn. You're hilarious. No, you're not. We have 2 more camps this summer. First one is in Shelbyville, Kentucky on July 19th and 20th. Second one is in Moberly, Missouri. I did it the first time, guys! On July 24th and 25th. 1 week away. Check it out. It'll be awesome. All the information about these camps are in the description below or over at team-hoot.com/pole vault news. And last but not least, if you want to be one of the first people to pole vault at a zoo, there is the Jacksonville Zoo Vault. Animals will see pole vault for the first time. It's on July 21st, 2018, Jacksonville, Florida. All the links are also in the description below. Check it out, sign up, and let me know how it goes. What kind of animal are you going to jump over? What's your favorite animal? Mine's definitely not the pigeon. I'm going to be a little more transparent with you guys. I'm going to do 4 things in this vlog. We'll talk a little bit about the Glendive camp. We'll talk about how to organize pole vault practice structure, because I've been getting a lot of emails on that. We'll talk about underwater pole vaulting. And we'll do the old reviews. Not a lot this week, but let's do it. So last year, Larry Summerfield called me up and was like, Shawn, I would love to do a camp in Lambert, Montana. I was like, yes. Let's do that. So we did. We ran a camp in Lambert, Montana, and it went great. It was a small camp. There's only like 7 vaulters, and I was kind of expecting the same thing. But to my amazement, it blew up. And within 2 weeks, we went from 7 to 28 vaulters. And that leads to the question I seem to get every single week is, Shawn, how do you organize practice when you have so many vaulters? What do you do? I'll show you. Just as there are many ways to pole vault, there are just as many ways to coach the pole vault or organize practice. Here's a few that I've heard and I've used over the years. You could split the groups by personal record, personal best, PRs, whatever you like to call them. Their training age. How long have they been doing the sport? How many months total have they been doing the sport? Friends. Sometimes you want to keep friends together. Sometimes you need to split them up. JV versus varsity. This works really well for meets. JV meets are usually different days than varsity meets. Their skill level. What skills can they accomplish? What drills are they good? How strong are they? That kind of a thing. What is their favorite Ninja Turtle? I don't use this one very much because the Michelangelo kids seem to get a little rambunctious. In the end, it all depends on your goals as a coach and as a program. What do you want to accomplish? And that depends on these. I would, again, keep them all, put them in your toolbox. You might need them down the road. Now, personally, when I have a large group, I like to use these 2 different ways to organize them the most. These are my 2 favorites. The first one is skills mastered. So we have easy skills. It's not as technical, you don't need as much coaching, and they're pretty safe to do alone. Just have a kid do running, jumping, or circuits. You know, these are examples. If you have a large group, you can send these athletes to your sprint group because speed's the most important part of the pole vault. Send them to the sprinters, send them to the long jump. There's no significant difference in the long jump takeoff and the pole vault takeoff, so send them there. You can do different circuits, some kind of a workout. Easy skills. Number 2, we have medium skills. These skills are very technical, needs a lot of coaching, but it's relatively safe again. These drills, how did I write this down? Are like walking plant drills, like the Caroline drills I do, high bar drills, things like that, where you need to make sure the kids' arms are up early, they're not moving fast where they're not going to kill themselves, and people are relatively safe again. So safety is the key to all of these. But it needs a lot of coaching, because if they're doing it wrong on their own, they're going to do it wrong when you add speed. Last but not least, we have hard skills. These are also very technical, needs a lot of coaching, and it's not safe to do alone. Oh my god, how did I fold this? It's essentially combining the easy and medium skills that we have done. Example, these are just full jumps, so anywhere from short to long. 1 left all the way up to 10 lefts, or 2 steps all the way up to 20 steps. So here's how to organize it. Disclaimer. In a perfect world, a coach would oversee all aspects of training, but the high school situation is not a perfect situation. So, don't send me mean comments. The other thing I like to do is like to split them up by schedule. So here's a couple rules that I like to live by. I found that 8 vaulters on the runway is the ideal amount of vaulters, so they're not resting too much or jumping too much. I never have more than 15 vaulters on the runway at a time. It's just a personal rule I have. It's just way too much. So anytime, even at my camps where I get more than 15, I split it. So when I get 20 kids, I'm well aware that the hard days and the medium skill days where they need a coach the most. So I split it up into workout days and technical days. You can call them whatever you want. Some kids don't like the term workout, freaks them out. So you say pole vault development days, which essentially means workout. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we have our group of pole vaulters 1, pole vaulters 2. So when pole vaulters on Monday, pole vaulters 1 are doing the workout, which would be medium or easy skill days. Usually easy skill days. Send them with a sprint coach or the jumps coach or something to get them faster and in better shape. And while they're doing that, you get to work out with the pole vault group, and they work on their tech stuff. The next day, you flip-flop it and do it the other way around. The next day, you flip-flop it and do the other. And you just keep doing that over and over again. And the next week, the pole vault 2 guys start with the workout, and the pole vault 1 guys start with the tech stuff. That way it stays a little bit balanced. And this usually works very well with varsity and JV athletes. That's how I've done it. Now again, please don't fight me on this. This is just a general outline. There's a lot of different situations that change this whole entire thing. Or in high school, if you're in Minnesota and it snows all year round, you might be doing your workout and your tech stuff on the same days because you don't get outside for the first month. Or maybe your group's small enough where you can do everything without this. A lot of ideas, but that's generally how I do it. I'd go by hard skills and medium skills because of the coaching and the safety, and then I split them up based on what I absolutely have to be there for. If I can't help them with their sprint stuff, then the sprint coach is doing essentially what I would be doing, and they already have a group, so you send them over there. Bada bing, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. So a good example is for this camp in Glendive, we had 28 athletes, and that's just way too many. So to keep the ratio at a 7-to-1 or 8-to-1, somewhere around there, I brought in another coach, my old man. But it was still a lot of athletes on runway. We had 14 for me and 14 for him. Too many. I want to keep that as small as I can. So we split the groups into 2 smaller groups. 2 groups of 14, divided by 2, 7, 4 hours of coaching, and we got the camp rocking and rolling. Kids got a lot of runway time, and we were able to give them more feedback. It just worked out great. Now, I didn't get to film a lot of it because we had so many kids, so I didn't have a lot of, stuff, but I filmed a lot in the pool. And that's one unique thing that I haven't been able to do at a camp yet, and this was the first one where we got to do some underwater pole vaulting. So without further ado, here's some underwater pole vaulting. Now, underwater pole vaulting is one of my absolute favorite drills that I use to help vaulters out because speed is the enemy of technique, and this pool lets you slow it down. From my experience, there are 3 different ways to underwater pole vault. The first one being old school water vaulting, which is the hardest in my opinion. You take a big pole, you sit on the diving board in the deep end, you put it all the way to the bottom, you have kids go to the bottom, they swing up and work on their technique, turning and piking, going over bars. The second way is the way I've learned from flight deck. I call this the medium way. You have some kind of device or contraption at the bottom of the pool, put a stubby or a pole on the top of it, and you work on coming off the top.
Way better. Yeah, good job.
Pole. And why I like it is because you actually feel like you're coming off the top of the pole just like you would versus having another 5 feet of pole above your head, which doesn't feel always the best, but it's a little easier than the other one. And the easiest, and where I usually start everybody, is the shallow water pole vaulting. You take a pole, you put it on the side of the pool, and then you pole vault, pull through, push, and everything works great. Don't have to go upside down. Kids aren't worried about getting water up their nose. They can see. It's where I always start. It's the easiest. And to be honest, I think what's more fun than having underwater pole vaulting is just a pool full of pole vaulters. We just let them be pole vaulters.
If I could take you up in boom, 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 tell me I'm the only one that you know. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. Ain't nothing done, plans to come true. Ain't nothing done, spend my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.
And I I told some of them that if they did a belly flop, they would automatically make the vlog. Honestly, they were gonna make the vlog anyways, but we got some sweet belly flops out of the deal.
If I could take you up in boom, 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 tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. And I think I'm planned for you. And I think I'm my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.
Long story short, the group was amazing. It was the biggest team hoot camp we've had so far, and it was fun. And just like you, I learned some things that really worked well and things that I could improve on. But that's just how it goes. You just learn as you go. Huge thanks to Larry Summerfield for having me out again. I know it's kind of an undertaking to get these things going, so I appreciate you, man. You're awesome. And to Tom Temple, man, thank you for hooking us up with a place to jump. 2 pits definitely saved this camp. And then to my old man for driving all the way from Minnesota to Montana to the other side of Montana. Thank you for allowing this thing to happen too. Dennis Francis, you're awesome. I call him my old man. I got yelled at in Cut Bank for calling him my old man. If you guys are interested, I'll go way more in depth on underwater pole vaulting and what to do in future vlogs. Just let me know. Maybe I'll call it a how-to underwater pole vault and get a little more in depth and nitty-gritty on what's going on. Yeah, so let me know if you're interested. Let's review some videos. Alright, we have one video this week, and this is from Kevin. And the biggest thing I saw was just if you can get that turn a little earlier. Here, I'll show you right about here. If we watch, if you've been to my camps, I always preach right hand to right quad. And the reason for that is if you're deadlifting something, you guys like my pants? And you have one hand over here and you're trying to deadlift it this way, it's going to be awkward and weird, right? I'm spilling everything. But if you have that right hand and your right quad, it's going to be easier to deadlift, and all you have to do is pull this arm in. Does that make sense? Then it just comes right in. And then that turn starts earlier. But if we're over here and then we try and turn into it, it makes it really hard, and then we're missing the energy again. So I've said it a few times, but if the elbow bends, the power ends. Coach Ken Crafty Ken, gave me that one because he's an old powerlift wrestling coach, so he knew all the tricks. But yeah, that's what I saw, man. So if we can get that turn going a little bit sooner, bam, you catch more of that ride. Good jump, man. Guys, if you want your video reviewed, go to team-shoot.com/gear and I will review your video. Thank you to all the Patreon members. You guys are awesome. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do in August. That was kind of the deadline to figure out to keep this thing going or not. I don't know yet. I like doing them. It's just hard to do them financially. So, Patreon members, if you do $25 or more, you get your name in the vlog. So these are the people who donated $25. And while they spin across the bottom of the video, I will open this. Oh my god. Amanda Smith, she sent this awesome box full of goodies of the camp. But I was unaware. Oh my god! Guys, it's a little Team Hoot ornament. Oh my god! This is wonderful. Oh no, did she do this on purpose? You guys know, glitter is the herpes of the art world. Look at the little vaulters, guys. I can't wait till Christmas. I might just put up my tree tomorrow. Thank you. With that being said, there are many ways to pole vault. Try some of the stuff I've said. If it works, cool. If it not, try something else. There's a lot of people talking about how to pole vault. Life is meant to be experienced. Curiosity will get you there. I will see you guys next week, and we'll talk about cut bank. Hiya!
Whoever laughs first loses. Round 1. Begin.
You want to hear a joke about paper? Sure. Nah, it's terrible. That was decent. You want to hear a joke about Yogi? Sure. It's unbearable. 2 drums and a cymbal fall off a cliff. $10 joke.
Ooh.
You want to hear a joke about a prostitute? Sure. You want to know what they call a gay milkman? Dairy Queen.
Yes! Winner!
I won!
I think I win.